What's up, guys? Power Maniac 720 here, and I have for you today another couple battles from the ORAS in-game battle spot doubles ladder. So I was gonna upload a video yesterday, and then my internet randomly was stupid on me in the middle of a battle against EMBC, and then I went to get back on, and the maintenance had started, so I didn't get to put up the video. But I did upload a couple battles against Michael Jive Time Lanzano, aka Michael Lanzano, aka Jive Time. I'm sorry, that was 2 days ago that all happened, and yesterday I just was busy with student teaching stuff, and today I uploaded a couple battles against Matthew Coyle, aka Enfuego. We had a best of 3 set at a Premier Challenge that I uploaded in top 4, so definitely check those out. Both best of 3 sets with Jive Time and Enfuego are really high level battles, I think. I mean, they're very high level players, so of course they're really good battles. I definitely held my own, but anyway, we're going to get right into it here. I'm sitting at 16:45 after my disconnect yesterday. Actually, I pretty much had the match won, too. I set up Trick Room, and just my opponent, EMBC, I don't know how to pronounce it or say it, had no way to stop it. But as you can see, I am using Trick Room, Sylveon, Mawile, Scrafty, Slowking, Chandelure, and Xploud. So I think it's definitely an interesting group. Xploud, so I'm playing Shinji from Italy. You know, Scrafty's got the Lum, Slowking's got Colbur Berry, Chandelure's got Goggles to deal with Amoonguss, Xploud's got Life Orb, Mawile's got Mawile, and Sylveon's got the Specs. So, my opponent's team here is Metagross, Landorus, Heatran, Hydreigon, Terrakion, and Rotom Wash. So, this is weird because, Sylveon does so well against this entire team except for Metagross and Heatran, who both completely wall it, which is kind of funny. But I'm trying to think if I even need to. I think I do need to lead Scrafty for the fake out support. And plus, Scrafty hits most of this team pretty hard, with the exception of the Landorus. I can hit Metagross at knockoff, low kick on the Hydreigon, Heatran, and Terrakion, knock off on the Landorus, knock off on the Rotom Wash. So I think Scrafty is actually going to be very good in this matchup. So the question is, do I want to bring... So if I bring Sylveon and Mawile, then I don't really have a way to touch the Steel types. I mean, I have Slowking for Heatran, I guess, but I actually think I'm going to bring Mawile for sure, and I think I'm going to bring Chandelure in the back. That way I can Shadow Ball the Metagross. Because if I don't bring a way to beat the Metagross, then it just pretty much walls me and can stall out Trick Room and then beat me, which I can't have. I need to be able to take care of these Pokemon within Trick Room. And of course, Chandelure hits all these Pokemon pretty hard, and of course I have HP Ice on mine, so I'm able to hit the Landorus for an Oko, assuming it's not Assault Vest, and also the Hydreigon for pretty good damage. So, I send out Scrafty, Slowking, and Shinji sends out, I'm guessing, Hydreigon, Terrakion, and Hydreigon. Alright, so it looks like my opponent's going to go straight for the flinch chance, would be my guess. Probably going to double target the Slowking with a... So, the question is, does my opponent go for the Quick Guard? I think my opponent's going to Quick Guard, so I'm actually going to just low kick the Terrakion and just protect with my Slowking. Especially if I get this Intimidate off, I think a Specs, he goes for the Quick Guard. Awesome. This is going to work out great for me. He's going to Dark Pulse right into that Slowking. And see how much this low kick does to Terrakion. Oh, it has Focus Sash. Ah, that sucks. So right now I run a really high risk of flinching because he's just going to Dark Pulse and Rock Slide me. I'm going to knock off Terrakion just in case he switches, and I'm just going to go for the Trick Room. Ah, that Sash though. Damn. And that's why I like low kick on Scrafty. Scrafty's not very offensive as it is, and so with low kick I'm able to hit things really hard that are heavy, and most things that get hit by fighting type moves in this game are pretty heavy. You have Terrakion, Kangaskhan, Mamoswine, Heatran, Tyranitar, like all very heavy Pokemon that get destroyed. So Terrakion goes for the Rock Slide. Very high chance of me flinching here, unfortunately. Hydreigon goes for the Dark Pulse. I activate my, or not activate, but I use my Colbur Berry. Let's see if, and it's Life Orb Hydreigon, that's good to know. Scrafty is able to get the knockoff off onto Terrakion. So 20% chance from Dark Pulse, 30% chance from Rock Slide, and I don't flinch. Alright. So, I mean, that was pretty much my opponent's only play, was to kind of go for the flinch chance. You know, or hope that the damage was enough. But I definitely think that first turn was huge because, A, I get a turn back of Trick Room, and B, I get a turn. I get an extra turn of Trick Room and knock out a Pokemon. So, like, if I just set up turn 1, like, I'd already be down a turn, and I wouldn't have knocked out anything out. But I'm going to low kick this Hydreigon, and I'm actually just going to Scald the Metagross. I don't want to double into anything because I'm guessing he's probably going to double protect here. Hydreigon protects. Does Metagross protect? Does not. Oh my lord, I could get a Scald Burn here. And I got the Scald Burn. That's fantastic. His low kick goes into Hydreigon for nothing, and Metagross goes for the Iron Head onto Scrafty. Of course, not going to knock Scrafty out. With the crit... Oh, sorry, I burned it. I was going to say. So, I really, really like Slowking as a setter. So, I'm just going to low kick Hydreigon and Scald it. I really like Slowking as a setter because it's... You know, it's got base like, what? I think 110, a special attack. Like, it's a pretty offensive setter. So, like, you see that Scald did, like, I don't know, 40% to that Metagross. Like, that was pretty solid damage, you know, considering it's a bulky, you know, Trick Room setter. Alright, so we're going to see no pressure from this Metagross, was actually surprising me. So I'm going to Scald this Hydreigon and pick up the burn. Oh, my opponent must be hating me right now. Alright, at least the burn didn't matter. Low kick knocked out Hydreigon anyway. As you see, another Iron Head come up from this Metagross. So right now I'm up 4-2, and one of the two is a burned Metagross, so I'm really feeling in really good shape. Let's see if Lando's my opponent's last. Oh, it's going to be Heatran. That's really good. And it's got Air Balloon. Not that that matters. I'm just going to knock off Metagross and Scald Heatran. And the really nice thing right now is I'm in great position to be able to set up Trick Room again if I need to. So my opponent just double protects. Because Heatran really can't... I mean, he's going to have to double into... In order for me to not set up Trick Room, he's going to have to double into my Slowking, and if he does that, then he's just going to lose one of his Pokemon. So I don't even care about this Metagross right now. I'm just going to double target the Heatran with a low kick and a Scald. This Metagross is dead weight for him, and especially with Mawile in the back to Sucker Punch, and Chandelure in the back to just Shadow Ball it. Like, he really can't touch either of those Pokemon. So Metagross goes for the Protect and fails, but it doesn't matter because I doubled into Heatran. And I popped his Air Balloon, oh no! Awesome. So this game's going by just about as well as you can hope. I'm guessing he's just going to forfeit here, as it switches dimensions, return to normal. So I'm going to just knock off again and Scald the Metagross. He's going to go for it. He's trying not to get 4-0'd. It's not going to happen, though. So my opponent really had no answer to the Trick Room, and just the fact that I didn't flinch on that second turn, and also I think that first turn predicting the Quick Guard, I think was really big for me. Because like I said, it put me in a position where I could knock out the Terrakion and set up Trick Room in the same turn. So right off the bat, I'd be up 4-3 and still have all my turns of Trick Room left, which is really, I think, important for a Trick Room team, especially just starting up like that. And as you can see, Trick Room expired, of course, but, I was up, 4-1 at that point against a burned Metagross. I don't think the burn really mattered on the Metagross. It definitely didn't matter on the Hydreigon because I knocked it out that turn anyway. But I don't think the burn really mattered on the Metagross because all it would have meant is Scrap to get knocked out sooner, which means I get a free switch into, one of my actual, threats in the back with Chandelure or a Mawile. And plus Mawile came in, got the Intimidate off, which still puts it at -1. But so up to 1663 now. I gotta change my music. Forgot last game with a record of 44-30. So I definitely really like this team. I brought a version of this team to a Premier Challenge, and the team worked really well. I just played pretty poorly with it. As we're playing Edgar from the United States, California, a 1566 rating. Edgar's team is pretty similar to our last team that we just played. Metagross, Terrakion, Heatran, Suicune, Salamence, and Hydreigon. So, of course, the same Pokemon my last opponent had with the Terrakion, the Metagross, the Heatran, the Hydreigon. Those actually are the 4 my opponent last game brought. Once again, like Sylveon does so well against Terrakion, Hydreigon, Salamence, and Suicune, but just completely walled by Heatran and Metagross. I mean, I'm guessing he's going to lead Terrakion and Hydreigon again. I'm actually going to lead Slowking Sylveon. Because if he leads Terrakion and Hydreigon, I'm going to be in amazing shape. I'm going to bring Mawile in the back, and I think Chandelure as well. So I'm going to leave Scrafty out of this one. Even though Scrafty did so well last game, helping sweep my opponent, I think Sylveon's going to be really solid. Because I just think that looking at my opponent's team, he has no fake out or like way to really OHKO the Slowking. So I think Quick Guard again, or double target Rock Slide, Dark Pulse is his best hope. And of course, if he leads Terrakion and Hydreigon, he can't do anything to my Sylveon except flinch it. He leads Suicune and Hydreigon. That's even better. I'll take that. So I'm trying to think what my opponent could switch in here. My opponent really has no switches to a Hyper Voice except for Metagross. Or not Metagross, sorry, Hydreigon. Wow, Heatran. I'm just going to Trick Room right off the bat. I'm going to Trick Room Hyper Voice. Either I get up Trick Room or he loses. I mean, I'm pretty much guaranteed Trick Room. As he switches to Hydreigon, I'm guessing Heatran's coming in. Metagross, okay. So this is why I Hyper Voice, because I want to be able to outspeed next turn in case he switched in. Oh, Snarl, good move. Yeah, so that Snarl is definitely going to make things kind of difficult, as I just go for the Hyper Voice. Still does a nice chunk to Suicune. And I get Trick Room up. So if I can get rid of this Metagross, like Sylveon runs through this team. So I'm going to start working on getting rid of the Suicune, because I have 3 special attackers right now. So I'm actually going to switch out Sylveon for Chandelure and Psychic this Suicune. I really need to get the Suicune off the field because, like I said, I have 3 special attackers and I don't want to keep getting snarled. Metagross Mega Evolving. I wonder if it'll protect. It might not protect, whereas it really isn't threatened by either of my Pokemon on the field right now. Although it could protect, just so I snarl again, so it can snarl again. As he goes for the Bullet Punch. I did not see that coming. As Psychic comes out onto the Suicune. Is it Citrus? It is Citrus. Let's see if we see another Snarl. As we do see another Snarl. So this is unfortunate, and it's actually a really good way to stall Trick Room, because Suicune's so bulky. So I'm actually going to switch out Slowking now. And of course this Snarl actually really is annoying, because it did burn my Colbur Berry in case Hydreigon comes back in. So if that Specs Hydreigon, it's probably going to knock me out from the range I'm in right now. So I'm actually going to switch out Slowking into Mawile and just protect Chandelure. Really wish I had a Pokemon justified in the back right now. So on paper, my Trick Room matchup looked really good, but not boding so well so far. So Shandy's going to protect. Are you going to see protect from Metagross as well? Yes. And definitely another Snarl, I'd say. Oh, a Scald. Oh, good move. So I'm definitely not concerned about this Metagross whatsoever. So I'm actually just going to double target the Suicune with a Play Rough and a Shadow Ball. And that should, I mean, now that the Citrus Berry's burned, that should easily be enough to knock it out, assuming Play Rough hits. But I've had bad luck lately hitting 90% accurate moves, so we'll see. So Metagross is going to stay in. I wonder if he's going to go for the double, maybe a sub? I don't know what he could go for here that would be beneficial for him. As I hit the play rough. Ideally that would knock it out, but it will not. If I just heat waved. He's probably gonna Iron Head either Iron Head the Mawile or Zen Headbutt my Chandelure. He's gonna go for the Zen Headbutt on the Chandelure. Oh, on the Mawile! That's gonna do nothing, especially at -1. Let's see if we see Hydreigon come in here. Terrakion comes in. Oh my god. So my opponent is in a lot of trouble if I can get rid of this Metagross. Because I still have Sylveon on the back. So let's think about this. How many turns of Shrimp have I expired? That was 1 play rough. Let's see. So turn 1 I Trick Roomed and Hyper Voiced. Turn 2 I Hyper Voiced and Psychic. Turn 3 I switched in Chandelure. Turn 4. So I think I have one. I think it's my last turn of Trick Room. So I'm guessing he's going to. All right. I'm gonna play rough. No, I don't want to play rough. I'm gonna Iron Head the Terrakion, just play it safe, and I'm gonna switch out Chandelure into Slowking because my opponent really can't hit the Slowking. Like I'm just gonna be able to set up Trick Room again, and I'm guessing, like I said, Double Protect's coming here to stall Trick Room. Metagross protects. Metagross actually went first, so maybe Terrakion's not gonna protect. No, it's just a slow Metagross. Okay. So it's not max speed Metagross, which is actually interesting. As Trick Room runs out here. So I'm in excellent shape right now. I could Sucker Punch the Metagross, but he could sub. I think I'm just going to Iron Head the Terrakion and set up Trick Room. Or, I mean, I think he's going to double target the Slowking with an Iron Head and a Rock Slide to prevent Trick Room from getting up. So I'm actually going to Iron Head the Terrakion and just protect my Slowking. I think a lot of people get thrown off that my setter has Trick Room because that's not something you see very often from a setter. It goes to the Rock Slide. So as long as Mawile doesn't flinch, I'm going to be in good shape. Critical hit. Zen Headbutt on the Slowking, but Mawile flinches. Unfortunate. Okay, so does Sucker Punch knock out Mawile from this range? Whereas it's not max speed, I'm guessing it's a pretty bulky Metagross, so I'm guessing it won't, Sucker Punch won't knock it out. So I'm just going to, once again, so he's going to go for the Rock Slide again. Yeah, he's just got to flinch me at this point. Although I don't know if he doesn't have, maybe he doesn't have Zen Headbutt, or I mean Iron Head, maybe he only has Zen Headbutt and Bullet Punch. He goes for the Mawile though. Mawile flinches again, Slowking sets up Trick Room. Awesome. So now, I don't even care if he, like, I'm just going to hit this, I'm going to double this Terrakion. Do I want to double it? I wonder if it has Sash. No, I'm just going to Iron Head it and Scald the Metagross. So, definitely those last 2 turns of Mawile flinching hurts. Alright, so this Metagross isn't protecting. Maybe I should have Sucker Punched it. A burn here would be awesome again. Nope. As you see, once again, oh, Ice Punch. I don't know about that play. Alright, well now I'm just going to double this Terrakion with a Play Rough and a Scald in case he switches in Hydreigon. I should use Psychic. Psychic does more damage. Bullet Punch comes out onto my Mawile and actually KOs it. Okay. So this Metagross is running Protect, Bullet Punch, Zen Headbutt, and Ice Punch. Oh, I get the burn. Is it Lum, though? It is not Lum. Wow, that's really bad for my opponent. Yeah, my opponent... I mean, this game's... You know, once I get rid of this Metagross here, like, this is game over. I can just Shadow Ball this Metagross. So I'm going to Shadow Ball and just Scald the Terrakion. So my opponent definitely, like, he had a viable way to stop Trick Room, which was just go for flinch chances until the Pokemon was in KO range, like, which is definitely not bad, but it's not ideal, really. As you can see, I still was able to set up Trick Room through Oh, was that this opponent? Yeah, so that's what he tried this last turn. But alright, Metagross protects. And I think that was actually really smart of my opponent to lead Suicune, because Suicune's really bulky and my team doesn't have a way to Oko it, and he also had a lot of special attackers, so it was really smart that he could just scald me or snarl me and kind of hinder my attackers. So Hydreigon's going to come in here for my opponent. And I'm not going to, like, I wonder if he's going to double protect Metagross. Probably is, to be honest. So I mean, even if I predict that, like, HP Ice is going to knock out Hydreigon. So I'm just going to Scald and HP Ice, or Scald and Shadow Ball the Metagross. So Scald knocks it out, I can at least get some damage off on the Hydreigon. Alright, doesn't knock it out. I get the burn. That's 4 burns. Wow. And I knock out the Metagross. And of course I have, this game's completely over because I have Sylveon in the back. And Sylveon, you know, unless I get flinched, you know, 40 times in a row, Sylveon's not going to lose to a Hydreigon. And his Life Orb Hydreigon. Is that my last turn Trick Room? Yep. So really glad I brought this Sylveon. Because like I said, my opponent brought 2 Pokemon who were weak to it, and 1 Pokemon really can't do anything to it, you know, in Suicune. So I'm just going to try and set up Trick Room again. And of course, I think it's smart here to try and set up Trick Room, just because if my opponent like Dark Pulse flinched me, then I could just set up Trick Room and set up Trick Room and Hyper Voice next turn without worrying about a flinch chance. So you always got to think ahead. You know, what if? Like my opponent had maybe like a thousandth of a percent chance to win that. But, you know, you want to, like, get rid of all doubt. And so that's what I did there. I just went for the Trick Room just in case. I obviously didn't get set it up because Hyper Voice knocked out the Hydreigon anyway. But so those first 2 battles are pretty quick. I'm going to do a third one. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with this team. Unfortunately, I have not been able to showcase Exploud yet. So I'm for a little Exploud Chandelure show, but maybe not. Interesting that I faced, you know, pretty similar teams back-to-back games. So we're up to 1675 now with a rating of 45 and 30. I'm definitely probably going to replace Exploud with a physical attacker. I've actually been working with Luxray a lot. I'm actually going to look for a Luxray in a Friend Safari so I can use a Guts one. The thing hits really hard with Guts and Toxic or Flame Orb, whatever you want to run. We're playing ORAS from Japan with a 1630 rating. So ORAS's team is Gengar, Sylveon, Scrafty, Aerodactyl, Greninja, and Raichu. So immediately I'm going to lead Slowking Mawile. I'm going to then bring Scrafty. And for my last one, either Sylveon or Chandelure. So Sylveon hits Scrafty easily, but so does Mawile. Chandelure at least is able to beat the Sylveon and hit the Gengar. I think Chandelure hits the team for better neutral coverage. Sylveon just hits everything in general hard, but Sylveon I think gives me better coverage overall. I mean, like I said, Sylveon wouldn't have been bad either because Sylveon hits pretty much all those Pokemon. Like the Pokemon who resist Sylveon, like still get hit hard by it because they're frail, like Gengar. So I could have brought Sylveon and been fine, but I think, like I said, Chandelure is going to prove to be more important. So my opponent leads Raichu and Sylveon as I lead Slowking Mawile. So the question is, so I'm actually in trouble here. Because, like, I was going to switch in Scrafty and fake out the following turn after protecting, but I can't really do that because Sylveon's going to rock me with a Hyper Voice if I do. So I'm going to protect. And I'm going to Mega Evolve and Iron Head the Sylveon. Sylveon's going to stay in, so I'm going to, you know, unless he predicts this protect, which I don't really see happening, I'm going to get this Iron Head KO on Sylveon. This would be a crazy predict. Alright, awesome. Oh, I actually outspeed the Sylveon. Oh, so I could have got... Oh, I guess I wouldn't be able to get my switch in. Wow, I can't believe I outsped it. That's a slow Sylveon. I mean, I think I don't run any speed, and I'm adamant. So I'm base 50, and he's base 65, so you have to be like min speed to underspeed me. Unless he was going for some weird move that I can't think of. I don't know what a minus priority that Sylveon could use. So Scrafty comes in for my opponent. So of course I'm fully anticipating that we see... Alright, so I'm going to switch out Slowking for Scrafty. And I'm just going to protect Mawile. I'm fully anticipating we see a Encore into Slowking and a Fake Out onto Mawile. Fun fact, I always thought that Oblivious ignored Encore, but it does not. I learned that the hard way in a match. I was like, haha, my opponent's going to try and Encore me, but he can't. But then he could. It's just Taunt and Attraction, which is like random, but... I thought I could get Encore or disabled. So I get my Intimidate off. Mawile protects. Goes for the Fake Out onto my Scrafty. And Encores my Mawile. Huh. That's weird. Well, I'm going to Fake Out the Raichu, and I'm also going to Play Rough the Raichu. The match was forfeited. Okay. Well, that's it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this match. Like I said, I'll be using this team a little bit more because I'm really liking it a lot. Except I'll probably replace X-Ply with something that gives me a little better coverage. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this, and until next time, guys, bye.